everyone out there in YouTube land. This is FEDEX Draconis coming with you with another TOYHAX review. Now this week's review is one you probably already seen through PATRON, and that is the repo labels for Transformers Earthrise Optimus Prime. And man, this is an amazing set. And as you can tell from the bird's eye look, you got some labels for his trailer, the inside of his trailer, along here, and they're on this reflective, let's see if we can pull that, this type of shiny reflective sticker sheet here. And you can tell there's a lot of, wow, yeah, there's a lot of labels on here. It looks like, I think these, yeah, these little graded ones are for like the inside. Oh man. And of course you got that old traditional G1 side to replace what is on the side over here. You got some that are like you know, data screens for the inside or sides of his trailer here. And of course you have, you know, for his vehicle as well as robot mode. So let's go ahead and do a quick comparison between the two, before and after. Alright, now there is Optimus in his vehicle mode, and he is very much looks like he did in the G1 series. You know, in his flat nose, you know, Freightliner, you know, semi truck. You know, if anyone's seen my review of this, I mean, it is a great, you know, figure. There are certain complaints about it, such as the trailer itself, you know, not being a bit wide or tall. Not to mention, and I think this has been touched upon before, it is too close to the cab here. It should be at least about right here to give a little bit more clearance. Now, if memory serves me right, I think PATRON Prime did do a type of add-on review from a third party. I guess it was someone that had a 3D printer, and basically he had the link on that. So I'm going to see if I can try and find a video and put the link on there, so that way if anyone wants to go ahead and get that third party extender in a way to put the cab a little bit back, so much the better. But you know, like I said, this is, you know, this is pretty good. You know, it is a pretty good figure. I think I had made a mention previously that, you know, how I had wished that there would be a third party to add on certain things, such as the arms that extend out on the sides to hold the cab on either side. Perhaps even, you know, a roller figure. Well, it just so happens that that a third-party company did create such items, and they are available through, I believe it's TF Source. I'll go ahead and see about putting the link on the description, you know, when I go through the post-production process of this video. So this is how he is before. Let's go ahead and see how he looks after. Okay folks, there he is, all stickered up and ready to roll out, and he looks badass. You know, as you can tell, there are, you know, his cell shaded windows, not just in the front, but I also put some on the side as well. Another area that really needed that, because it did have the same, was the headlights right here, the blinkers on either side, the main bumper, And apparently there is also a label. I'm going to unhook this and show that off to you. Is the bumper sticker, I mean not the bumper, the license plate. In this case, I chose Convoy. Because ever since I learned that Transformers originally came from Japan, and that basically the leader there is called Convoy, I figure I'd go ahead and pay homage to that. However, there are other license plates that I could have chosen from. I'll show that off here. If I can, there we go. And focus. Come on. There we go. So, you know, you got, you know, Prime 1. Come on. Blast it. Hang on. Oh. And I'm going to zoom in on this here. There we go. So from for all. Not sure what that means. Then you got Prime 1. Then you have Protect, I guess. Honestly, I'm not sure what some of these actually, you know, mean. I have no idea. Anyway, but yeah, as you can tell, I could have chosen any one of those for the front, and then of course there's some others for the back, and it's pretty much the same. So I chose one of the two easier ones, which was Prime 1 or Convoy. And I'm trying, whoa, come on, there we go. Alrighty, so, there we go. Anyway, so that there he is in truck mode. As you can tell, he's got the lining over here, or I should say the decal on there, is a lot more prominent than it was in, you know, when I first got it. You know, it's sort of like just a very light coating. This one is more pronounced. Very, very cheap one. Speaking of which, I'm going to go ahead and take Prime out of the picture here. I'm going to show you the back section. And there we go. And as you can tell, he's got some caution sections here, you know, some labels right here on 3 ports. Stay clear on there. Now, of course, you know, in my last review, I told you about, you know, the shield that it basically becomes. I'm not fond of that, so this will kind of make up for it in a way, I guess. He's got some brake lights, you know, signal lights and stuff like that. I really wish they had done something for like the flaps here. They could have gone ahead and made flaps that say, you know, Convoy keeps Diaclone trucking, which is something that is a throwback from the old Diaclone line. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to zoom in. There's also that license plate there in the back. Come on. Oh, for goodness sake. Alright, there we go. Far off, okay. So, yeah, I wish they had done something with the mud flaps. That would have been actually awesome to do. But it is what it is. So, I'm going to go ahead and continue. Now, we're going to go ahead and open it up. and you're gonna see that there's more stickers on there. So give me a moment to adjust the camera so we can go ahead and show that off. Alright, so we're doing a aerial view. I'm doing it handheld in this case. And as you can tell, there are some great looking you know, decals on there. This little launch thing, which you can actually feel some texture on there. It's kind of reminiscent of the old G1 style. There is a, yeah, there we go. There's a type of label right there at the very top. There's also some internal circuitry that's being shown, and of course you're gonna see some internal monitors. Okay, so here we have the internal monitors. This one is first one is a Bumblebee. The other one shows roller and the sensor drone being MIA. Technical readouts of Convoy or Optimus Prime, and shows a Convoy or Optimus. Some internal mechanisms, his tech spec reader, and a I want to say a biostation. On the other side, we see more digital readouts. You know, a display that features Megatron, Starscream. I want to say the other two are Soundwave and one of his cassettes, and of course Cybertron. I'm not sure on what is going on with this playlist. I'll tell you the truth. Could be a listing of episodes from G1. I'm not sure. This one, I'm not. I want to say, if I'm reading this correctly, it says freedom is the right of all sentient beings. You also see another biometric readout, some more internal readouts, the matrix, more energy readouts, a global positioning scan, and then looks like a scan for the Decepticon space bridge. That is awesome. Alrighty. So now, as we zoom away just a bit, you're gonna see that the drone, even though it does have labels, and let me show those to you here. You got they only do it only on certain parts, and you know, it's not really something I want to do. Again, I am getting the much more darker markers to go ahead and paint the stand for the drone itself. I'm also getting you know, an add-on kit that features rover, also features some accessories for the drone over here, as well as the battle axe for Optimus. So as soon as those come in, I will go ahead and do a follow-up. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. So I think we've got everything here. I'm going to go ahead and transform him in robot mode. We're going to go ahead and show him off, and after that, we'll do our final thoughts. Alright, and there is Optimus in his robot mode before the labels. And as you can tell, he is very articulate, very reminiscent of his G1 character sheet. And it's as if he stepped off of the damn screen. That is how awesome he is looking. You know, he's got this presence, this air. It's like a miniaturized version of a masterpiece version of this case. Of course, there are certain things, certain gripes that some people have. This great pig on his blaster over here. Some people don't really like that, but I'd say, because it is made of gray plastic, they had to paint over it. But it does have a nifty gimmick, as you saw previously in my video review for this figure. It does fold up and it does peg into the back. Another gripe that some people have is he's got, the spare tire, except it's in the back of his waist here, or I should say, in the lower back section here. So it's not tire butt, but still, it's kind of unsightly. Another thing that that some people did have a gripe with is, this gray piece. I mean, the gray pieces. Yes, they're all solid and everything, but honestly, I think Hasbro could have gone ahead and made this as a solid color. Considering that the legs themselves do not turn, or the wheels do not flip over, like in the Siege version. So that could have been, taken care of. Which reminds me, in addition to TOYHAX labels, I also wound up getting a set of Gundam Markers. Now, you're probably wondering, why would I need Gundam Markers on a Transformer? And it's precisely that. The inside of his calf, I'm gonna say, and don't quote me on it, I may just wind up getting another Siege Optimus and swapping the head out, because where his eyes are, because they have two different variations of blue, they kind of, I want to say they kind of clash, and you can't really see it until you actually shine a light. And you can tell I'm only using one light source here. So, but another thing is, and I'm going to go ahead and move the big bot out of the way, is the repair drone. Now, the repair drone, the base right here, that basically I'm going to go ahead and take a Gundam marker to it and see if I'm able to go ahead and basically, add some color to it, make it a little bit more G1 in this case. If successful, then great, because one of the things about the sticker sheets that it does have, I'm going to try and pull those out. There we are. There are, yes. So I'm going to show this off to you. Hopefully it will come out. Come on. There we go. And you can see that this label, that's going to go directly onto this canopy over here for roller. There's also, there we go. There's also some other blue labels, and that basically goes on the sides of roller. But the way I see it is, what Hasbro should have done was actually molded these light gray pieces, especially for roller, in blue, and then done a paint, for the window. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and attempt to do in this case. But let's go ahead and put this one back in focus over here. So there we go, folks. So there is the big bot in all his glory. And give me a few minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and show the after in both vehicles. All right, folks, there he is, stickered up, and he is looking awesome. I mean, like I mentioned before, there wasn't a whole lot that could be added on, but with this set, it really improved the look of him, especially in certain paint details. In this case, like around his waist area, you know, the normal yellow stuff, it was very lightly done. Um, and that centerpiece right here was not exactly painted either. So this set really helped out. The stickers for his upper thighs here, that helped. There was some sticker applications. I'm going to try and pull this close so you can see. Right here on his abdomen, as well as cell shading for the windows. Normally I don't bother with it, however in this case it did cover up an unslightly mark that was not on the actual window but inside, and the only way to try and get that out would be to crack the chest, and I'm not planning on doing that. Let's see here. There's also some sticker applications right here on the forearm, which covers up the nail, you know, for the wrist. It also gives you that traditional looking yellow triangle here in his forearm, and he also has this little I want to say it's not a display monitor, but it's some sort of electronic that he had in there, pretty much a throwback to his G1. He also has a sticker application, again, a throwback to his G1, and some sticker applications right here on his foot. Let's see here. Now there was also a sticker application for his face, which is right here, and for the top of his head, which is let's see if I can focus on that. There we go, which is right there. I didn't bother with placing those on there as of yet. That may change. I did go ahead and try to go and use the Gundam markers that I did purchase. However, the blue for that is way too light for the colors, so I did get a chance to look on on Toy Arena. That's it. That's the website that I wound up getting the Gundam markers on, and basically I went ahead and looked for a more darker color for the Gundam marker paints. So as soon as those come in, I'm going to go ahead and see if that will work out. Let's see. Now, again, I'm still deciding on whether or not just to purchase a loose Siege Optimus and just swap out the heads. I may wind up doing that after all. I mean, there is no screw on there, so I'm not exactly sure how this is going to play out, honestly. You know, I still may go ahead and tape up the eyes and just, you know, put in a little bit of metallic gray or silver in there. Let's see here. The gray that does come with this marker set is way too dark, so more than likely I will probably have to get a lighter gray for that. So we'll see. I haven't really decided as of yet. Alright. So, in terms of the repo labels, I want to say they do add on to the figure a lot more. They actually help out the figure in terms of certain areas that were lacking, you know, such as, you know, the little, you know, metal pin that covers it up, the, you know, traditional triangle on his forearm, the yellow areas on his waist where it either didn't have any paint or the paint was extremely light. It also gives you some OG1 stickers, and of course for those that like the self-shading aspect, especially of the windows, that would be it. The face mask, like I said, I didn't put it on because I don't think he needed it really. If nothing else, I think Hasbro did drop the ball in terms of the face, because it just pretty much drowns out the eyes in blue. So I'm gonna see if I can try and fix that myself. In terms of the trailer, gives you that traditional G1 decal that's on the side of his trailer. Inside, you have the little metal plating for the areas, the traditional gold launcher that's on there. Also the display consoles. Those were a nice added touch. I like the fact that they tried to go ahead and give some color to the battle drone. But I think this was something that Hasbro should have done themselves in terms of molding that in blue originally, and then putting like a yellow sticker of some kind for the canopy. In terms of rover, it's great that I'm going to be getting that, but it's kind of sad that Hasbro did not do this themselves. Again, this is something that they are starting to lack a lot, and this is becoming a very bad habit on their part, in my personal opinion. But again, what do I know? I'm just a consumer. Let's see here. Now, I think I griped about it in my last video, or when I first reviewed Optimus. The shield aspect for the back of the door, it just doesn't work out for me. So that is never going to see the light of day. Now, if they had done it with the battle axe, that could have been a little bit better. But again, that's just me. But in terms of the stickers, that's what we're focusing on today. They basically work. They work very well. They give it a little bit more of an oomph. In terms of the figure, it's not so bland, So if I had to give it a score, I would give it about an 8.5 to a 9, because it does help the figure in terms of to where the inside as well as the outside, especially the trailer, doesn't look so blah, to say the least. It did help out the figure a lot in certain areas. Again, I may have to go ahead and do my own customization, especially with the battle drone, and we'll see what happens from there. I'll be doing another update video for that as soon as I get the materials in, as well as the third-party add-ons for this figure as well. Once those come in, I'll be doing an update as well. But again, that's my score. That's my opinion. I'd like to hear from you. I want to know what you thought of the set. Have you gotten it yourselves? What do you think? Leave your comments and suggestions in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to this video, to this channel. This will help out my channel a lot. Now, in addition, if you wish to help me out, whether in terms of figures or financially, great. That would be very helpful. I have information in the description down below. My Patreon page, as well as my new and updated PO box. So for those of you that are looking at my previous videos, that PO box will be closing in about 3 months. So I would not send it to that one. I would send it to the one that's going to be showing up in the description down below starting today. So I believe that's everything for this figure. I'd like to thank you all for watching my video. Be safe out there. Practice social distancing. Mask up, glove up. Make sure you do everything you can to protect yourselves. It's I'm not sure how much longer we got to go through this, but in the meantime, do everything you can, again, to protect yourselves. So be safe out there. I'd like to thank you once again for watching. This is Phoenix Draconis, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Peace!